Peace and blessings. My name is Carlos Walker, and this is Art and Hustle Black Books Matter Season 2. So, before we start, I do want to introduce Taj. Taj, if you will, introduce yourself and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Taj Morkel Morris. I am an artist, a face painter, a muralist. I'm author, and I also create kids songs and educational videos.
Okay. So, here what we're going to do, we're going to speak about your book. If you will, share a little bit about it, what made you create it, because I want people to be able to know that Black people are authors.
Okay.
And you being an author, I want to be able to see how we can get your book out and how we can inspire other people who want to become authors. So share.
Okay. So how I got started face painting. No, people already knew that I was an artist and I can draw and stuff like that. My girlfriend, my wife, but girlfriend at the time, she worked at a dental office, and they was having a customer appreciation, and she asked me, "Hey, we need a face painter. You want to try to face paint?" I was like, "I never face painted before, but I'll try." Well, I wasn't afraid to try. You know what I mean? So I tried, and as I was doing it, people was asking, "Do you do parties?" I was like, "Yeah, I do parties." And I had never done a party before in my life. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's when the light bulb went off, and then I started researching and and practicing and going from there. And then once I got pretty good at it, I had been doing it for years, and I'm looking around. I'm like, hey man, I don't see any other Black male face painters. No, nowhere. I don't see. I'm always looking. I'm doing events and stuff. I don't see none anywhere. So it's like maybe they haven't been educated on it or been introduced to it. I was like, so I'm gonna write this book and get a blueprint because I didn't have a blueprint. I had to go on YouTube and watch Sarah and so on face paint, but I never seen us on YouTube as well. So that made me just want to put my book out there and give away some of the game.
Well, one, thank you for giving away the game because a lot of people don't pass information around as we should. I learned that the world is like a big garden, and we are tomatoes. And the thing about it, every tomato won't grow the size it's supposed to. It doesn't get in the way of the other one, and they're all gonna get eaten. So for me, there's enough money out here for everybody, and for you to be able to decide to pass the game around, I want you to know, one, I appreciate you writing that book because you had to go through something in order to come up with the idea.
Yeah, yeah. And where I came from, man, where I grew up at in Dallas, Texas, like it was unheard of for somebody to be face painted from over there. You know what I mean? So like, I done seen all a kid not supposed to see, and that's one reason I was drawn to kids. I don't know why I'm drawn to kids. Like my first job was working at a recreation center, and I did so well there. Just I try to find ways to connect with my kids and so on. So I mean, face painting was one of those things that we had fun doing that together. And I'm just good with kids, man. Everybody, when I'm doing parties and events, the parents are like, "Oh, you're so good with them," and I don't know why, but they're drawn to me.
Share a little bit about some of the stuff that may be in your book. Does it tell your story, or does it just talk about just the ramifications of the game?
So I'm telling stories. I'm telling about how I grew up, my background, where I come from. Seeing people. One of the stories is like I grew up in apartments, so we can be playing football in this field right here, and in that parking lot attached to that same field, you got guys running up to cars selling crack and different drugs to different cars. So that's how seeing that coming up. You know what I mean? It does. How can I say it? Kind of you get curious, but it's up to you to not follow that road. I talk about how walking to school in fourth and fifth grade, people where I grew up at, they were smoking weed fourth and fifth grade. You know what I mean? And I never even smoked one time in my life. You know what I mean? So like, I just tell them different stories of how not to follow the crowd and how to go your own way. Because I guarantee you, even you, Carlos, you probably can't name another black male face painter. You
Not
know?
off top, but I
Yeah, so
do
you don't
know
have to
people
really
who
look.
do. I do
Yeah,
know people who face paint. I'm in DC, so I met a few women that face paint. I met a couple guys, so but I don't know their name off top. I have a stratosphere of artists that I deal
oh yeah,
with.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, so
you're a little different though.
yeah. I like to say I'm in the art world up here.
Yeah, yeah. So like you see my art piece back here. You can name thousands of artists. You see thousands of artists on Instagram, Facebook, and so on, but you don't see as many face painters.
Mm-mm.
So that's one reason too that I got into the face painting industry.
What are
But
some of the tips that you give out in the book?
getting started, how to find gigs. Sometimes you may have to do something for free just to get your name out there. Um, where to find the jobs, what apps, different websites, how I find big events, with thousands of people and stuff like that. So that's a lot of game if you just really dig into it.
You giving it all up.
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing, have you been successful in it?
Yes, I'm booked every weekend. I'm
Mm,
booked every weekend. Sometime well, let's say the max I can do is probably four events or parties a day because I'm only one person.
yeah,
But being booked for four parties in one day is like that's big.
you darn right.
And I'm passing out parties to people sometime. Um, I'm hiring people for events. I'm like, hey, I need you for 5 hours. And you pay them $100 an hour. You know what I mean? So, but I'm getting more from the companies or whatever that's hiring me. But you can't do it alone. You have to have a network. You have to have a team.
So as of now, you do have other people that other face painters that you have connected with, and
Yes, yes,
you're kind of, what's the word I want to say, contracting them
yeah, yeah.
to do work for you. Because I was actually going to ask you, do you do that? But you answered the question. So now, I guess the question is how do you, how can you take and hire them full or kind of like not full time, but full time? Because like you just said, you're only one person. Being one person, you can't be everywhere at one time. But what you can do is send them to the work, let them do the work. Y'all, you get a percentage of the money, they get paid.
Yeah, so full time, face painting full time is going to be hard. You have to
Dedicated.
have, you have to be self motivated. You have to be looking for the job. You can't sit back and wait to be hired. Like you got to actually put in work. And it's I can't say too much, but
No, I got you because look, it's in the book. Look,
yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
we want people to go buy the book. Number one,
And even
especially.
since I've written a book, I've learned more stuff.
Hmm.
So I have to do a part two.
Hey, need that.
Yeah.
Uh, tell everybody. Well, there's two things I want. Number one, I want you to give a word of wisdom, something that may inspire the next person, whether they're a face painter, artist, whatever, because you are a full-time artist. Um, and I'm hoping that whenever you have these events, you're selling your books there too. I'm hoping so.
Oh yes, I set them up. I set them up so they can see it.
All right, look, I
But they
need
don't
to make
know.
sure, yeah, you making money off them books. You
Yeah.
look, you face paint, but that book you done already created. You ain't got to recreate. You ain't got to paint for that. They need to be buying that book. But give me some inspiration, a word of wisdom for somebody who's just stepping out in the game or any artistic or creative space. And then number two, make sure you give me where your book can be found, um, sites, websites, the Instagram, anything. I want that information because I want people to go get your book.
Okay. So, words of wisdom, I would say this can relate to anything that you're doing. Don't be afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid to try. I mean, I stepped out into a field that no one really looked like me down here in Texas, and I'm successful. A lot of my clients are white. Most of my clients are white, probably 40% white. 40% black, and then I have Mexican and Indian and so on, Asian. So, and it's not about your presentation too. If I don't have the tattoos on my face, I don't have the gold grills and all of that. So if I was looking like that, I don't think people would want me around their kids,
Mm-hmm.
doing birthday parties and so on. But you have to, it's about how you carry yourself, your mindset. You have to block out all of that, the rap music and stuff. I mean, I liked it somewhat, but I had to learn that that does affect your mind. So I started reading a lot and researching, watching YouTube videos, and just putting different stuff inside of my mind, and it helps bring the best out of me, if I could say it like that. And just by me giving 100% to something that I like doing, I've met different people. I don't know if y'all know Von Miller, the football player, NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He has a give back day down here in Dallas every year, and I face painted that. For the last few years, I've been the face painter. I do big events for. I can't name a lot of them, but I do big events, and I'm known. Um, but yeah, just don't be afraid to step out. If you cook, if you want to learn how to cook, you can start as a little kid. You can get in the kitchen with your mom, your dad, your grandma, and learn the basics, and just keep want to learn. The more you want to learn, the more that you will put into yourself, and the more that will come out. That's what I think. Hopefully that was good enough.
No, most definitely. Look, hey, that's a lot of information. And number two, I need to know where they can get this book.
Okay, so my book is available worldwide. Um, Walmart.com, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Really, it's available at over 100 retailers, I believe, from the people that I went through. I self-published. Um, I use I created my own book cover and stuff because it saved me $500 and try to use the company to do it.
Okay.
So I mean, any kind of cost I could cut, I think I did pretty well. A lot of things people don't know about publishing a book. Sometimes when you see that New York Times bestseller on those books, you can pay to have that on your book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And because I asked the woman, she was like, "Yeah, we're going to introduce your book as a New York Times bestseller." I'm like, "I'm gonna be a bestseller, and it's my first book." She was like, "Oh, it's just one of those things." I was like, "Oh." So people are fooled by that when they see that on a book,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, once I wrote my book, it's when a lot of schools started reaching out to me. Counselors at schools. Oh, we saw your Instagram. We think you'd be great to come speak with the students. So I've been at over dozens of schools speaking with the students and telling them what I do and stuff like that. But when I worked in the medical lab at the hospitals and stuff like that, nobody ever asked me to come to a school and speak.
Mm.
It's crazy that when I started doing my own thing and giving 100% into myself is when it actually, you know, uh, people start to see you.
That's when God opened up doors for you, man. When
Yeah.
you start walking in your path. So continue to walk in your purpose, man. And hey, once again, what's your Instagram? Because just in case that way we can send them there. However they can contact you. I need them to be able to contact you, see if they can purchase the book is important, and the name of the book.
Okay. So Instagram is I Paint by Taj, like on the screen. Everything's I Paint by Taj. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, uh, TikTok, and X, all of that. Um, the book again is You're the Face Painter. It's actually two books in one. It's called You're the Face Painter and Face Painting Secrets: The Good, the Bad, and the Oh My. So how I got my title for my book, You're the Face Painter. When I was face painting, I went to a house. It was a white customer. By the way I was talking to him through the app, they didn't know that I was a black guy.
Mm.
And when I knocked on the door, they answered the door. It was like, "Hello, how may I help you?" I'm like, "Hi, how you doing? I'm the face painter." And she stepped back like, "Look, you're the face painter?" You know what I mean? And that's when it clicked to me. Oh, you're the face painter. That's what I'm naming my book. You know what I'm saying, but it just talks about how I'm going all over Dallas, multi-million dollar homes, and I'm gonna go to the multi-million dollar neighborhoods, and I'm probably in the $100,000 neighborhoods as well. So I'm all over.
Mm.
It doesn't matter. They don't care that I'm a black man either. It's just my work and the way my customer service, is top tier. But yeah,
Me, and thank you for putting together a body of work that tells your story, but also shares the game because you said it's two books in one.
yeah,
And
yeah,
thank you for being the face painter because, hey, being able to see people that represents us or that represent us, whether it's in front of white people or in front of black people, is very important. And to have you as a face painter that I can say I can call by name now,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I appreciate that. Look, continue to do what you're doing, continue to be successful, man. And once again, thank you for joining me.
I thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it. I followed you as well on Facebook.
Appreciate you. Hey, hit the Instagram too. Look, I got more people on Instagram.
Okay.
So my name is Carlos Walker. This is Black Art, Art and Hustle. Black Books Matter, part season 2. And hey, this is Taj. I am Paint by Taj. Black, hey, blessings, man. Thank you.
You too, man. Thank you.